lot flowing tonight for the Utah offense, that's for sure. Game time presented by Kia. Matt, Zeke, Kevin right there. Guys, you want to talk about how good Utah was tonight or how troubled you are by the Spurs?
I'm troubled by what I'm seeing with the Spurs. And, you know, this is the first time I think we've all seen Popovich this frustrated. And this is the first time I think we've seen a San Antonio team in a very long time, you know, probably decades, with this dearth of talent. There just isn't a lot of talent on this team right now, or at least they're not playing like they have a lot of talent.
Yeah, no, I would say the same thing. I looked at the Spurs record, 11-13. What 11 teams do they win? What games do they win? 'Cause I'm watching this team play. I'm like, boy, they're struggling right now. They look slow. Their offense just got no flow to it, and they're just discombobulated when I watch them play. Conversely, Utah's playing so much. I watched Utah a couple times early in the year. This is a completely different Utah team. Much more driving and kicking, much better spacing. They seem to be getting their rhythm right now, and so I'm surprised San Antonio, you know, is as bad as they are, and I'm surprised it took Utah kind of this long after bringing back almost the same team from last year to kind of catch their rhythm, but they're starting to play better.
This is the third 30-plus point loss in the last, I don't know, 9 days or something like that for San Antonio. For a little perspective, Spurs had 9 in the Pop era prior to this season. Yeah. Hard times indeed. For Utah, everything went right offensively, shot nearly 61%, a new franchise record with 20 made threes. This was a team that prior to the Korver trade was not a good three-point shooting team.
Yeah, like I said, tonight, their spacing was really good. They had a lot of driving kicks. They made the extra pass, too. What I like on any type basketball that I like watching is the initial driving kick. You kick it over. That guy puts it down and beats the guy. By that time, you got the entire team collapsed, and that second pass out is wide open. They had a lot of second pass outs, and they knocked it down. Plus, their defense was good. Utah's defense, when it turns defense into offense quickly, they're much better in a scramble situation because they have one of the best passers in Rubio, who really just wants to pass. He doesn't want to score.
Right.
When you play with a guy, I mean, he'll drive to the basket and have a layup and throw it out. So if they can get more scramble situations off of defense where they can get some odd man rushes on the offensive end, they play well like that.
And when you look at San Antonio, what you just described, San Antonio don't have.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody that can really consistently break you down off the dribble at the point guard position to get people easy looks and easy shots. So, you know, they're coming down and they're setting it up and they're playing half-court offense every single time, and that's getting very difficult for them.
And even DeMar DeRozan, who's terrific at getting where he wants to go, but it's not necessarily quickly, and it's not necessarily to set up teammates. He's looking to get to his spots to score. Troubling times for the Spurs. Utah wins it 139-105 by their performance here on NBA TV tonight. Here's Greg Popovich afterward in Salt Lake City.
Well, they've had a tough time finding that three-point hole, you know, during the year that caught up tonight. They did a great job. They knocked down a lot of shots, but they did it the right way. They had great penetration. They were very unselfish, and guys knocked down the shots. And that makes a big difference when those things go in. So they did a great job.
They brought in Kyle Korver for that very purpose. He seems to be, you know, fitting in at least early in a second run out here in Utah.
Yeah, maybe he got them all excited about making those threes, you know, because that's what Kyle does. So it got pretty infectious. But, you know, they were physical. They played good D. You know, they're doing a great job.
Talk about your team, about 24, 25 games in. What do you see in your scoring, Coach?
You know, we're very challenged defensively.
The numbers bear that out. They came in 29th in the league in defensive efficiency. You guys both referenced the roster and the talent level on the roster right now. What as a coach, can Greg Popovich, who is admired as maybe the best in the league currently, has at different times been considered the best in the league, what can he do with this group?
Well, you keep getting your team prepared. And you keep giving them as much information as you possibly can about the opponent that they're playing against. You overload them with information because as confident as you want them to be going out of the locker room, that's what they're going to rely on the game plan. Now, what you can't give them speed, you can't give them athleticism, and you can't give them youth. And that's kind of what they're missing right now is speed, athleticism, and youth. And, you know, all Pop can do right now is get his team prepared and say, this is what the other team's going to do. This is how we suggest you stop it. But when that other guy's a little faster than you, a little stronger than you, jump a little higher than you, that's not much you can do about it.
It's called 2-3 zone. That's what it's called. You put your 2 guards up front, you put your center in the middle, and you have your wings, and you all guard a little area. And you hope the other team just passes it around the perimeter and shoots it because they can't stay in front of anybody. And I would play some zone, I think. I would look at playing some zone. You got to change it up. I mean, it's one thing if you had 3 or 4 injured players that are going to come back, you know, in a couple weeks.
Right. Murray's gone for the season.
Right. And then you say to yourself, okay, we're just going to stick with our game plan. But you almost got to throw what they're doing out. It's not working defensively. They just can't stay in front of people. So, you know, and Pops would probably be sick to his stomach even thinking about it. But you junk the game up.
Yeah,
you do some 2-3 zone. Yeah. You do a little 1-3-1 trap, half-court stuff. You know, you just – and you know what you say to yourself? It can't be much worse than giving Utah 139 playing man-to-man.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever you do. So you got to junk it up. And you know, it's tough to do because you just, as you said, Zeke, they're not getting younger. They're not getting more athletic. They're not getting longer.